Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, a member from the executive board of the Student Government Association resigned this afternoon.
A local bar has reopened its doors less than a year after its liquor license was suspended.
And we have the latest on another Quinnipiac popular establishment.
All that and more only on the Q30 Newscast. Good evening and welcome to tonight's Q30 Newscast. I'm Tom Krasnowski.
And I'm Katie O'Keefe.
We start things off tonight with news from the Student Government Association. Former Vice President for Finance Glenn Adams has resigned. Adams cited workload as the reason for stepping down.
A replacement will be determined by an internal SGA vote next week. Whoever runs for the next VP of Finance will still need to get 700 signatures from the student body.
Luca Triant has the full story.
There's been some big updates coming from the Student Government Association. A new election is coming next week for the position of Vice President of Finance after Glenn Adams, who holds the position, resigned. Speaking to the association, Adams said, quote, "Although I have continually put in as much effort as possible and strive to serve every student as best as I can, I am afraid that due to the immense amount of work necessary to adequately serve the student body and a strong need to refocus on my education, that it has not been enough," end quote. Adams will remain close to the SGA to help with finances. Because Adams held an executive board position, the position will be filled soon. Already, a few candidates have started to run for the position.
So essentially, we are electing our next VP for Finance next week at 4:00 p.m. in CC 101. As of right now, we have 6 people polling papers. There could be more, there could be less next week. But essentially what's going to happen is all of the candidates are required to get 10% of the student body's signatures, just to kind of affirm that they're legit and want to take the position. They're very serious about it.
The SGA is also planning on voting to implement a new position next week. The new GA would help with many of the finance-related issues, and it would work alongside the VP of Finances. In an interview, Austin Calvo, SGA president, said, quote, "Just because I think having 2 VPs of Finances in a row that have failed to fulfill the responsibilities associated with the role fully has shown me that something needs to be done. What we're looking for is a GA as a lifesaver so they can get us caught up in everything and fix our stuff," end quote. The SGA is set to vote on the position of GA next week, while the election will be held next week as well. For Q30 News, I'm Luca Triant.
A Quinnipiac popular bar is closing. Roberto's is a bar located on Whitney Avenue, right in between the commute from Quinnipiac's main campus to the York Hill campus, actually. The owner, Roberto, said this to Q30 News on Instagram on leaving his business. "It has been an amazing run in this location since 2001, but the time to call the quits has come. Bittersweet to think all the friendships I have made with the QU students. It's hard to say I won't be here anymore." Then planning on finishing the month of May and then retirement. "As of today, we haven't sold the place to anyone, despite the rumors, but in January, we will seek a realtor that will manage the sales of the business." As one bar closes, another one opens. On Friday, the clubhouse on Whitney will actually reopen. The bar was shut down in January after the Hamden Police Department conducted a liquor compliance check. On that day, police found 100 underage drinkers. While the bar used to be a Quinnipiac favorite, here are some student reactions to the reopening.
I think it's a little bit of a safety hazard because I know they got shut down because so many kids would show up and all the time and they were afraid of underage drinking and stuff with the school. So that's something the school has to worry about.
Somewhere you could go any day of the week, and because it's not far away, it's close by.
I think it's a good and a bad thing that it's opening. I don't know, I think a lot of people are gonna go, but personally I'm probably not gonna go, just so people can feel it out before I go.
The Hamden police officer arrested last week for an April shooting faced his first court date on Monday. Officer Devin Eaton was arraigned on felony assault and reckless endangerment after an incident where he pulled up next to a New Haven vehicle and fired 13 shots, wounding a passenger inside. Eaton's pay has been suspended, and he did not enter a plea. His next court date is scheduled for November 5th at the Church Street Courthouse. University professor Margarita Diaz sent a tweet out on Monday showing her disappointment in the university. Chick-fil-A food tents are frequently on campus selling chicken sandwiches, but not everyone is a fan. Ownership of the corporate food chain is known for its anti-LGBTQ views. CEO Dan Cathy has made a number of controversial comments since 2012. Associate Vice President for Public Relations John Morgan issued the following statement to Q30 News. A university sorority invited Chick-fil-A onto campus Monday as a part of a fundraiser for a local shelter that supports victims of domestic violence. The university will schedule conversations to better understand and discuss the student, staff, and faculty concerns related to using Chick-fil-A as a vendor.
Quinnipiac Public Safety is now accepting $25 grocery gift cards to pay off student parking tickets. The gift cards will be donated to local charities. A student can give one gift card with its receipt for each parking ticket. The parking ticket gift card program is only valid for parking tickets given before Monday, October 28th. You can drop off a gift card at the Public Safety Office Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Quinnipiac's president wants to hear from you. President Judy Olean is hosting an informal faculty-staff town hall on Monday, November 4th. Olean invited students in a university-wide email sent on Friday and stressed that there is no preset agenda, encouraging students to bring their questions and concerns. Faculty Senate President Bernadette Mealy and several senior administrators will also be in attendance. This will be Olean's second town hall meeting as president. She last met with students in February. Ever want to know how your professors are taught to teach? The Student Government Association is sponsoring a student-faculty dialogue next Monday, November 7th. Students can ask faculty members anything about academics, including teaching strategies, assignments, and even grading. SGA had sent out a survey looking for topics for the event earlier in the month.
Quinnipiac officially named a new director of counseling services. Ariel Reeder comes to QU after working as a clinical psychologist in Fairfax, Virginia. She also worked as the interim associate counseling director at Pratt Institute in New York City. Reeder's resume also includes the University of Maine and George Washington University. Reeder says she is also looking forward to helping students improve their mental health towards academic success. She hopes to collaborate with various off-campus partners she has met over the years. There are less than 200 days until graduation. Kaylee Heffer has more on Quinnipiac's Senior Experience Week.
In order to make the end of senior year an exciting time for Quinnipiac students, Campus Life will be continuing the QU Senior Experience. Senior Experience is made up of multiple events in the spring semester to celebrate graduation. The events are based off a survey sent out to rising seniors.
The survey will always go out. We'll always listen to the feedback of the students and really kind of looking at the attendance of each year, seeing what is popular. We're working with Alumni and Development to add a couple more events as well.
Future plans for Senior Experience include events that happen both in the spring and fall semester.
The fall approaches quickly. It's something that we would look at for, in the future, but we're really just trying to establish like a good spring model to continue, and then hopefully in the years to come add more in the fall.
Yesterday, the QU Senior Experience team kicked off their 200 Days to Graduation event, where students got a look at this year's Senior Experience activities and, if you were lucky, a free t-shirt.
I think the event that they'll be most excited about is the Boston Harbor Cruise, which we're doing between actually finals and graduation, so everyone can attend. They're not going to be restricted by classes or crazy schedules like that.
Students are also looking forward to the Senior Experience this year.
I think the Senior Experience is good because it gives more time to plan out your schedule. You kind of know more in advance. It's more inclusive to people, so this way, everybody can get involved, and this way if it was just a week, people might be like, oh, I'm not here that week or something like that. So it's definitely just a better way to get more of the senior class involved and get everybody excited and time to plan ahead.
The QU Senior Experience Committee is hopeful this year's events will be fun for seniors, and ticket sales begin the week of November 11th. For Q30 News, Kaylee Heffler.
Around the corner, and the annual Boomers Boo Bash took place this past weekend on the Quad. The Student Athletes Advisory Committee and 20 student-run clubs hosted the event, which featured food trucks, bouncy houses, costume contests, and of course, some trick-or-treating. Some local businesses also participated, and there were collections for non-perishable food items that went to the Hamden Food Bank, making this year's Boo Bash bigger than ever. Coming up in the Q30 Newscast, a decorated friend of QU School of Comm, Dean Chris Roush, stopped by the university earlier this week.
And right now, Joe LaGrippo is here for your 3-day weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. Well, for the 3-day preview coming up, my umbrella is yellow, but it doesn't signify sun. It's been raining all week, and it's going to continue. Today, it's been mid-60s, high 50s with rain. Tomorrow, rain. Friday, we'll get a little sun, but more coming up after this.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work.
Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
A lawsuit was filed against the Hamden town clerk last week. The 4 Hamden residents who filed the lawsuit claim that absentee ballot applications have been sent to non-voting businesses. The lawsuit lists these businesses as senior healthcare facilities in Hamden. The Hamden mayor and town clerk called the claims poorly researched and utterly meritless. The town's elections are on November 5th, but as of right now, a hearing is scheduled for this Monday at 2 p.m. regarding the lawsuit. The Connecticut lottery landed in Hamden last week. Kursad Ace won the $10,000 from a scratch-off ticket that was sold at a gas station on Whitney Avenue. Ace is from West Haven, Connecticut, and he won the money last Friday from a $5 million ultimate ticket.
Wish I had some of that luck when I bought lottery tickets. But the president and CEO of Fortune magazine came to Quinnipiac on Friday through a good friend.
Yes, Quinnipiac's School of Communications Dean, Chris Roush, invited Allie Murray for an open discussion on the future of journalism. Kay Pattyfoot has more.
Last Friday, Alan Murray, CEO of Fortune magazine, came to Quinnipiac to talk about the death of truth, the future of journalism. Alan spoke to students, professors, and residents of the community. Alan Murray is the first of many speakers for the School of Communication Speaker Series. This series will feature communication executives who will discuss issues and trends in their fields and how they manage them.
As we develop the speaker series, we'll get more of an audience in the future once people get or understand that we're bringing in speakers on a regular basis.
The speaker series will happen once a semester, but some students think these series should happen more than that.
Having someone so successful come and speak to you is a really great motivator for when you're doing your own thing, especially if it's something in the field that you want to go into.
I asked Alan Murray what he thinks students in the School of Communication should do to make themselves more marketable, and this is what he said.
I think we're looking, as an editor doing hiring, we're looking for people with a diverse set of skills. I'd love somebody who understands social media and knows how to build an audience on social media. I'd love somebody who has some understanding of computer coding and how it works and its pluses and minuses. I'd love somebody who understands video, how to shoot it, how to edit it, how to publish it.
I'm Kate Pattyfoot, Q30 News.
Quinnipiac hosted its annual International Business Society dinner on Monday. The event featured food from around the world, including dishes from Hamden businesses like Ixtapa, Kumo, Bangkok Boulevard, China Chef, and of course, Insomnia Cookies. The event brought students together to raise money for integrated refugee and immigrant services. The Student Government Association hosted sweet treats outside the SJ Suite earlier today. SJ offered free Auntie Anne's pretzels and lemonade before engaging in discussion about student issues. This is the second time that SGA has hosted this event, which has used free food as an effective way to foster discussion about campus matters. I gotta tell you, Katie, all these food events, they're making me hungry.
I agree. And here with me, plus an update from While the impeachment inquiry continues, a congressional woman has resigned over her relationship with a campaign staffer, plus an update on one Democratic presidential candidate. Cassidy Berger is here with this week's political news.
Thanks, Katie and Tom. Tonight we have new information regarding President Trump's impeachment inquiry. The top news this week involves Army Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman. Vindman is the National Security Council's top Ukraine expert. Vindman testified yesterday that he listened to the call between President Trump and the Ukrainian president and also observed meetings between the two leaders. Vindman testified that he was disturbed by the call, explaining that, quote, "I did not think it was proper to demand that a foreign government investigate a U.S. citizen, and I was worried about the implications for the U.S. government's support of Ukraine," end quote. California Representative Katie Hill announced her resignation from Congress on Sunday. The freshman representative acknowledged having a relationship with a campaign staffer after intimate photos were published of Hill and the staffer by British tabloids. It is against the official code of conduct for House members to, quote, "engage in a sexual relationship with any employee that works for the member," end quote.
I made this decision so that my supporters, my family, my staff, and our community will no longer be subjected to the pain inflicted by my abusive husband and the brutality of hateful political operatives.
Looking forward to the 2020 presidential race, Democratic candidate Kamala Harris announced today that she will cut her campaign staff in order to reduce spending. Harris also said her campaign will shift its focus towards Iowa in preparation for the first Democratic primary. The Iowa caucus is not until February 3rd, but Harris took 5 trips to Iowa just this month. According to a USA Today and Suffolk poll released today, Harris is polling at just 3%. That's all the time I have for politics tonight. Back to Tom and Katie at the desk.
Thank you, Cassidy. After the break, we have your full weather forecast.
Will Halloween be rained out this year? Joe Agrippa is going to tell you after this.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
Katie, Halloween is right around the corner. I really hope we've got a good forecast ahead for these trick-or-treaters.
Me too. And here to tell us more, Joe Agrippa, what does the week ahead look like?
Well, like I told you guys before, it's been raining all week and expect more tomorrow. So if you're trick-or-treating, you might get a little wet, so bring an umbrella. But for right now, I just told you the weather in Hamden. Let's check around the state of Connecticut. So it'll be fairly good temps, mostly rainy and hot. Got degrees or temperatures ranging from 63 to 59, so pretty comfortable weather. Sweatshirt weather, maybe you can get away with shorts, but like I said, it's going to be rainy and hot, so it's going to be pretty tough. But looking ahead to the 7-day forecast in Hamden, today it was 64 and rainy and humid. Tomorrow on Halloween, humid again and rain. Friday it'll be sunny and you'll get sun through Monday, so the temperature will be a lot better than what we've seen in the past couple days. And then Tuesday, guess what? More rain. That's all I have here outside. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Joe.
From the Connecticut weather to the national news, our own Jack Main has the latest headlines. Take it away, J. Main.
Thank you so much, T. Crow. The U.S. government conducted a raid of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the leader of the ISIS organization, on Saturday. The raid began around 5 p.m. with confirmation of al-Baghdadi's death coming at 7:15 p.m. President Donald Trump tweeted that good news was coming around 9:23 p.m. on Saturday and then addressed the nation on Sunday morning. According to Trump, it was believed that the likely successor to al-Baghdadi was also killed in the raid. And despite all the manpower it took to pull off this dangerous mission, a dog, whose name has not yet been declassified, is heralded as the hero for chasing al-Baghdadi into the tunnel where he proceeded to commit suicide. A Boston College student is charged with manslaughter after she urged her boyfriend to commit suicide back in May. In Young Yu of South Korea reportedly pressured her boyfriend, Alexander Yutula of New Jersey, to kill himself thousands of times over text. The two exchanged 75,000 text messages in the 2 months leading up to Yutula's suicide. Yutula and Yu were in a relationship of 18 months, and she was in attendance when Yutula jumped from the Boston hotel parking garage. Yu is currently in her home country of South Korea. Authorities say she will be extradited to the United States if she does not return voluntarily. The NCAA has unanimously voted to allow college athletes to get paid for their player likeness. This comes on the heels of California's Fair Pay to Play Act, which passed in September, which allowed California college athletes to hire agents and get paid for endorsements and jersey sales. Many college sports fans across the country are excited for the potential return of the popular video game NCAA football, which was last put out in 2013. Shortly thereafter, the game was banned by the NCAA. Although the law has passed, the three divisions must come up with their own rules and details. The law is expected to take effect in 2023. For Q30 News, I'm Jack Main. Back to you guys at the desk.
Good stuff, Jack. I know for one I'm hoping for the return of NCAA football moving forward. That's a
That's
fun
big
game.
news out of NCAA.
Now, when we come back, Ethan Logue will catch you up on the latest in Quinnipiac athletics.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what?
Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
It's where one Quinnipiac coach hit a career milestone on Sunday.
And the soccer team is kicking it into the playoffs. Ethan Logue is standing by with our sports report. Ethan?
Thanks, guys. This past weekend, Quinnipiac field hockey head coach Becca Main picked up her 200th career win following a 7-game losing streak. Here's her reaction following the game.
I would say, the first 100 came with, I don't want to say ease, but I think it came with ease. We were at a conference and I think we were above a little bit. We played a little bit above in that conference, and I think, to have these last 100 came, for 4 years in the Big East, which was really a learning experience and a growth experience.
And now from the field to the ice we go. The Quinnipiac men's ice hockey team played host to the Vermont Catamounts this past Sunday. We'll pick up action in the second period. Quinnipiac already up 2-0 on the Catamounts. Odin Tufto drops to Ethan DeYoung, who fires a shot that is stopped, but the rebound is tapped in by Wyatt Bongiovanni. And then moving on to the third period now, Joe O'Connor on the break, and he puts it past Vermont's Stefanos Lekas to make it 4-0, and that would be your final from the Frank Perotti Jr. Arena. Now, from the ice to the pitch, the Quinnipiac men's soccer team had a busy week facing off against Monmouth, Iona, and Siena. Quinnipiac beat Monmouth 3-2 this past Wednesday, then fell to Iona 2-1 at home on Saturday. They faced Siena today in New York and beat the Saints 4-3. Quinnipiac currently sits at third in the MAC standings, with the playoffs just around the corner. St. Peter's and Iona sit atop the MAC standings. Quinnipiac will play host to Fairfield on Saturday before wrapping up their regular season in New Jersey against Ryder. Katie, Tom, back to you guys.
Thank you, Ethan.
We'll leave the show with a story out of Madison, Connecticut. The town's middle school is running an anti-bullying musical. The musical is called Stand Up, the Bully Prevention Musical.
The main theme of the musical is no one is too broken to be fixed, and the show will tour throughout Connecticut middle schools. Some real powerful stuff there from a group of local teenagers.
And they are looking to go national. But that's all we have for this week's news. Be sure to follow us online at Q30TV.com and at Q30 News on Twitter.
From all of us here at the Q30 Newscast, have a great night and a happy Halloween.